In this video, we will share our perspective of LEGO minifigure scale. To help with our discussion, we will be illustrating a variety of LEGO for reference. This includes the top and side view of LEGO Brick, a LEGO minifigure, and a LEGO John Deere 9620R. To begin, we will first start with discussing some simplified dimensions of LEGO. As a foundation, this is an illustration of the side view of a LEGO brick. Here are the dimensions for the side view of the LEGO brick. The dimensions in this video may not be exact, but they are accurate enough to communicate scale and how the measurements relate to each other. The side view of a LEGO brick includes a face and a stud at the top. The face is 9.6 millimeters in height. The stud at the top is 1.6 millimeters in height. The total height of the side view for the LEGO brick is 11.2 millimeters or 1.12 centimeters in height. Also for reference, the width of the side view for a LEGO brick is 8 millimeters. This view also shows the side view of LEGO bricks. You'll notice that in this view there are 4 bricks total. When the 4 bricks are stacked on top of each other, they interlock so that only the stud at the top brick is exposed. Here are the dimensions for the side view of the 4 LEGO bricks stacked on top of each other. The face on each LEGO brick is 9.6 millimeters high. The one stud at the top brick is 1.6 millimeters high. This means that the total height for the side view of the 4 bricks stacked on top of each other is 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters high. This is an illustration of a top view of a LEGO brick. This top view of LEGO brick is identical to the top view of a 1x1 LEGO plate. Here are the dimensions for the top view of the LEGO brick. The top view of the LEGO brick is 8 millimeters wide and 8 millimeters in length. Again, this also has the same dimensions of a 1x1 LEGO plate. This is an illustration of a top view of 5 LEGO bricks stacked. Because we are looking at the top view, each of these bricks have 8 millimeter or 0.8 centimeters width and length. When 5 of these bricks are stacked on their side, they have a total of 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters in height. So to recap, we have our side view of 4 bricks stacked. These 4 bricks have a total height of 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters. We also have a top view of 5 bricks stacked. These 5 bricks have a total height of 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters. Now we will include a LEGO minifigure next to the stacked bricks. As seen, the LEGO minifigure also has a height of 40 millimeters or 4 centimeters. We also see the width of the feet of the minifigure is 15 millimeters. The width of the hands of the minifigure is 25 millimeters. So the LEGO minifigure is 4 centimeters high, and this is equal to the side view of 4 bricks stacked or the top view of 5 bricks stacked. We will again use the illustration of the LEGO minifigure as an introduction to discuss scale. For this video, we will define scale as the relationship or the comparison between the measurement or representation of LEGO. Again, we see that our LEGO minifigure has a height of 4 centimeters. We now have an additional minifigure to compare measurements. This LEGO minifigure also has the height of 4 centimeters. Since both minifigures are the same height, we have a scale of 1 to 1. In this view, we have an illustration with a minifigure that is 4 centimeters high. The other minifigure in this illustration is 8 centimeters high. Because 8 centimeters is twice the height of 4 centimeters, we have a scale of 1 to 2. In this view, we have one minifigure that is 4 centimeters high. The other minifigure is 40 centimeters high. Because 40 centimeters is 10 times the height of 4 centimeters, we have a scale of 1 to 10. We will also add the 2 stacks of LEGO bricks previously discussed for reference. In this view, one minifigure is 4 centimeters high. The other minifigure is 160 centimeters high. 160 centimeters converts to a height of 5 feet 2.99 inches. Because 160 centimeters is 40 times the height of 4 centimeters, we have a scale of 1 to 40. I chose to include the example of 1 to 40 because 40 is divisible by both 4 and 5, which are the values for the 2 stacks of LEGO bricks. So if a LEGO minifigure scale of 1 to 40 was chosen, each of the 2 stacks could be used as a reference for measurement. On a social media post, LEGO compared a 170 centimeter minifigure to a 180 centimeter person. A 170 centimeter minifigure would be 5 feet 6.9 inches high. A 170 centimeter minifigure would be at a scale of 1 to 42.5 compared with a 4 centimeter minifigure. Here's a table for reference of how the change in scale converts the dimensions of a LEGO minifigure. One thing to keep in mind is that as shown, the height is to the top of the stud on the head of the minifigure with no hair or accessories. The scale of 1 to 1 was chosen as an initial reference. The scale of 1 to 40 was chosen because 40 is divisible by both 4 and 5. Again, 4 and 5 are the values of the stacks of LEGO bricks previously discussed. The scale of 1 to 42 was chosen because it may be in other references for minifigure scale. The scale of 1 to 42.5 was chosen because of the reference with the social media post with the 170 centimeter minifigure. The scale of 1 to 45.725 was chosen because it is a reference to a person that is 6 feet high. This is an illustration of the LEGO John Deere 9620R. Although this illustration is not accurate, it should be good enough to continue our discussion about scale. Here are some very rough estimates for the measurements on this LEGO tractor set. For this discussion, the height of this LEGO tractor is 11 centimeters. The wheelbase is 10.4 centimeters and the length is 18.5 centimeters. There are also measurements for the 42136 set on the LEGO website. In addition to a person, sometimes an object such as a vehicle can be used to determine scale. Here's a table for reference of how the change in scale converts the dimensions of the 9620R. We will compare the dimensions of one configuration of a full-size John Deere 9620R to a LEGO 9620R. Please keep in mind that this is for comparison and estimates only. The full-size John Deere comes in multiple configurations and the LEGO set was made with pieces that are shared inventory for many LEGO sets. That considered, using this table we can see that each of the dimensions is a different scale. It just so happened that for these specific dimensions on this table, the average scale came out to be 1 to 42.5. As a reference, we can see the illustration of the LEGO John Deere 9620R next to a 4 cm high LEGO minifigure. So as we conclude this video, I will likely be using the scale of 1 to 42.5 as a reference. It should go without saying that LEGO sets are not scale models. With that being said, just referring to the scale as LEGO minifigure scale is probably the most appropriate when modeling with LEGO minifigures. It is interesting, however, to look into minifigure scale and compare measurements as there are many sets and items that represent objects in the real world. For some, the benefit of choosing a numerical value for scale would be to help with consistency of the models. For others, choosing a scale may be considered an unnecessary obstacle to building freely and creatively. Like so many other options in LEGO, the best choice in minifigure scale will be your choice. Thank you for watching our choice and our perspective on LEGO minifigure scale.